Joseph, not Joe. Joseph.
Joseph.
Yes, that's
We
Eric.
noticed Eric only calls you Joseph.
Eric only calls me Joseph.
Your father only calls you Joseph at the field.
My mother only calls me Joseph. Everyone in my family only calls me Joseph.
Your wife?
It's a great question.
When I'm angry, Joseph.
When you're angry, it's a lot other. It's more explicit than that, but
She warned him, don't be too cocky. But Joe G said he's got to be Joe G. So let's get some real analysis from you today.
Yes.
Let's start on your field. It was a very rainy week 2.
Yeah.
And you guys were playing forever. Your game was going on, I think, till 1:30. I think it might be the longest running game.
You hear that, Yvette? We finished at 1:30. She didn't believe me. She thought
He did not go anywhere after the game. I think it was the longest non-extra inning game that I've ever been a part of. I mean,
it's always my games.
And I guess it was just high scoring, and I don't know, but take us through it. I saw it was 5-all right off the bat. It was 5-all in the second inning.
So 5-all right off the bat. First inning, I got on base. Gabe hit a monster shot deep right center field. Quick 2-0. Few more guys got on base. Then I think Eric hit that bomb, right?
Eric
hit that
raw
bomb.
dog.
Yeah.
Almost hit that grand slam that we were
Almost
hoping
hit that grand
for.
slam for the free tennis lessons by Elite's Tennis Academy and Group. Yes, of course.
But they don't give away free lessons that easily, so Eric was given the stop sign.
Heavy stop sign. He had my dad in the back of his mind, taking it out of his bank account.
They say that Yosef, when he was in Egypt, thought of Yaakov, thought of his father. Raw Dog was rounding third base around the score, and he thought of his father.
He thought of Ellie Greenberg.
And he jammed on those brakes. And Raw Dog, I was shocked, he wasn't into playing in the parking lot before the game. He's like, why are we playing? It's going to rain, blah, blah, blah. A very un-raw type of... just not what I expected from Raw Dog. So what was up with him?
So if you're talking about a football game, then he'll go there in minus 20 degrees when it's snowing in the middle of Lambeau Field. He'll do that shirtless. Softball, it's different. He wants the 70, 80 degree weather, no wind, sunny sky, no clouds, picture perfect day. It's totally different. I think Aaron saw that like in one of the videos.
It's not football.
It's not football. It's completely different head. You don't want to wear 2 gloves when you're throwing. It's so I don't want to be wearing tights. It's so different. But I feel it. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the best day. But when you're out there, you always got to give it 110. You always got to give it your all. So.
And that's what he did. I mean, he didn't complain once the game started. He was all in, of course.
Monster shot. Bases clearing triple.
Base clearing triple.
Left center.
Off of Nate B, no less.
Off of Nate B.
Off of the best pitcher we have, Raw Dog just clocked one.
And Nate B was bringing it that day. I think it's the best I've seen him pitch in the past couple of years.
You and Raw have a very interesting relationship. You seem to did you guys fight a lot when you were younger? Because you fully support each other like crazy on the field.
Yeah, we fought a lot, but we always have each other's backs because, it's just, I don't know, it's just brotherly love, I guess.
I guess it really is. It's I guess it's a love-hate, but he's always the first guy supporting you, cheering for you. And then when he hits the triple, you were out there at third base with the chest bump and everything.
I love it because he has not been having such a great year. He's a very underrated hitter, but he needs that. You need that one hit, that one play in the middle of the season or the beginning of the season to actually get your feet wet, to get the ball rolling. So hopefully that's what it was for Eric, and hopefully you can expect a lot more from him.
Now, even if he doesn't clock it, people have to respect him after what they saw. Once you see a shot like that, similar to Charles Saka, you see Charles Saka
crazy
hits a ball way over the left field,
left, right, and right center.
All over.
Insane.
Now you got to play him back. Now, if he hits a line drive up the middle, he has a base hit. He could even round first and go for 2. It's a huge difference. What is up with Nate B that you guys were able to score 10 runs off him, and then you scored you scored 7 runs off him and then 9 runs off him. That's a lot of runs off the great Nate B.
Our lineup's pretty deep. It's not, like you said, it's not so potent in the middle, but I don't think that's what you need in this league. You need guys that are going to just hit the ball, contact, get on base, wreak havoc on the base paths. Speed, 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 and speed is always going to cause the defense to be a little tight, make errors, and I think they were just a bunch of singles, and then the big boy Sam Loudon hit a big shot big shot that ended up being a triple. Stole home. I don't know what happened there. I'm not going to comment on that because I still don't understand what happened.
You brought it up, and I think even Jay Money, even the great Jay Money, put his camera away. So when Jay Money's doing that, the play we tend to think the play is over.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not an amateur scorekeeper. This is the greatest there is.
Jay Coyne.
This is Jay Coyne, and if he's putting his camera away and has to come back and explain that someone stole home after, I tend to think it was a little late, but. The umpire made the call.
A.B. Saka told him to steal. I don't know what happened. My back was turned towards the play. Just so everyone's selling. I'm like, all right, home run, I guess. Now we're 9-7.
Are we concerned that A.B. Saka's finger goes up and then makes a right angle left turn like this? Are we concerned? Because he also gave up a lot of runs this week.
Yeah, he did, but again, A.B. always starts off slow. He always says, I play better with the warmer weather.
He does.
I don't think that's the reason. I think he's just a little tired right now. He's not really in softball shape. His pitches are not as fast. I would say they're probably like at 70% of his velocity normally. His cutter's not really moving in. It's kind of staying over the plate. But he's still A.B. Saka. You still got to respect him. He's still the toughest guy in the league.
It's just a tough year so far to judge anyone because it was frigid week 1. Yeah. It was pouring week 2. By the way, week 3 is not 70 degrees either. It's going to be cold again. Now. So, and I don't know. I mean, if we didn't play under 50 degrees, we still wouldn't have started the season. And then you have Passover coming. So I'm not sure. And someone was telling me today, even all winter, it was colder than ever this winter. I don't know what's going on. But it hasn't been comfortable, and it's really hard to judge the pitchers, judge the hitters. The ball seems to be flying.
Flying off. Zeke DeWeck hit a bomb.
Right.
Oh, no, Ralph Matute, that's also crazy. He's a singles hitter. 95% of his shots are all singles. Guy hits a 400-foot bomb deep left center.
So far, I've seen you turn your back and just run and chase the ball. I've seen A.B. Cohen do that. Yeah. I've seen Buka in center do that. Michael Cohen, I've seen him turn around.
I've seen Farka do it also, yeah.
Every center fielder has had to just not even drift back to catch it. They've had to turn around and just go chase.
You just got to go chase, and hopefully you can get the ball in. Nice throw to your relay guy, and just got to hope and pray. Okay,
so A.B. Saka does usually start slow, but he is lucky he's 3-1.
Yeah. Wow.
You played yada 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 with no Ralph Hammond, so that was a good break for you. And then you played AB, and you got out of there with a split. Okay, so that's your game. It just changed so quickly. I didn't realize when I left on Sunday how close you guys were to getting swept, but credit to you guys. You didn't give up, and you got out of there with a win. You always got to leave Sunday with at least one win. You don't want to leave getting swept.
And feeling always winning game 2 after losing game 1 is
always better.
So much better.
Always better.
Like Maxon says, a split is usually like kissing your sister. I don't know. When you lose game 1, it feels freaking nice to get the split, especially when you start 2-0.
You and Raw Dog have a sister or no?
Yeah, older sister.
Older sister.
Married to Eli Cohen, the insurance guy.
Nice. Okay. There's a plug. Maybe a sponsorship for next year. Eli Cohen Insurance.
Eli Cohen Insurance Agency.
We can't just plug these things for free. You know, we have millions of viewers.
I'm sorry.
Many languages, many continents, many countries.
Send them the bill.
Okay, let's go over to Memorial 2. Hubba Bubba, without Zach Ashkenazi, had a game in their hands that they just gave away to Mo Money, and Mo Money took it. Mo Money jumped on it, and they took it. They stole game 1 and then romped in game 2. But I watched a lot of this game, and it looked like Hubba Bubba was well on their way.
Looks like they were cruising in game 1 from what I saw.
Yeah,
Buka. Yeah, Buka hit a bomb, I saw.
That was one of those that the center fielder had to turn around and chase it.
No doubter.
He scored before MC picked up the ball, or it was like bang, bang. Before he picked up the ball, that's how far it was.
Yeah, one of those last year against Maxi D.
Yes, very similar shot.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That kid's ridiculous.
So Buka can do that, but then he's flying out too much also. So, like, you know what? You need your ace, you need your main guy to be 3 for 4 with a bomb, not 1 for 3 with a bomb, you know? But
it's more important to be, 3 for 4 with 3 singles than 1 for 3 with a bomb.
Especially with where they play you good players a singles really ends up being a double. You steal second base basically on a ground ball.
Luka's one of the fastest kids in the league also.
He's speeding, but he's having a good year so far, I think. I don't know the stats, but he has a couple of bombs. But in this game without Zach, they really needed their regulars to play perfect. Saul Tower filled in at short. He did good. But at the end of this game, Victor Cheetos Dweck, sitting on a couch just like this one, eating Cheetos for the last 4 years, got off the couch and hit a 3-run homer. Mammoth shot to right field. I was talking to Bub, though, with a 6-2 lead. Bub's got to be playing deeper. You can't be risking anything with a 6-2 lead, 2 men on.
The ball drop in front of you.
Exactly. You give up a single, maybe the next guy flies out, and it's 6-3. Instead, he was playing borderline.
Can't lie, it's the kind of the center fielder's fault. I'm not going to blame Buka, but you got the center fielder's responsible for the positioning.
Right. Like, you got to be thinking at all times, what is the score? What do I need to get out of this inning? Who's up? Who's on deck? And where am I playing? It's a lot. Mm-hmm. It's a lot, but it's not just talent of catching a ball and chasing down a fly ball.
It's mental also.
It's a lot of mental, it's a lot of thinking, and a lot of prep. It's going in. You know, what am I going to do in this situation and that situation? So I don't even know if he was I don't even think he was shallow. He was regular. But
still a bomb. It went all the way to my left fielder in Memorial 1.
Yes, the Memorial the field seems to be colliding.
Oh yeah, I could have touched Michael Cohen's babble this week.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we're that close.
You were that close.
Yeah.
So Hubba Bubba gave away this game. Their regulars, though, in the last inning, Eddie Harari led off the inning with a walk. He gave up a walk to lead off the inning. David D.C. Cohen in error.
He has a knack of doing that, but Eddie Harari. For some reason, when he has a lead, he gives up a walk always. Like, for some reason, I don't know.
Well, maybe also, you can't walk Reyes's when you have a 3-run lead in the fifth. You can't walk Reyes's, which turns the lineup, and then all of a sudden it's you and Gabe and Max and Loudon and Juber. You can't walk the bottom of the lineup to get to that. Same thing here. You have an 8-5 lead entering the 7th. You cannot walk the guy. I'd rather give up a home run, a solo shot, than a walk, because a walk just, everyone wakes up, it's gas, the defense feels it, then the error at third, 2 men on. And
everyone gets tight because they're just standing there waiting for the pitch. You don't know if the guy's going to swing on the 5th or 6th pitch. You're not ready.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
Game 2 was a blowout. Mo Money had all the momentum. They stole that game. They were looking down the barrel of 0-3. They stole the game they 1-2. They put up a 2-3 spot right away in Game 2. Hubba Bubba was down, demoralized, no Zach, and they just mailed in Game 2 at, 8-2 or something like that. They get swept. They fall to 2-2.
Yeah, that team doesn't really have leadership. Bub is a leader, but still a rookie captain. That you're missing that veteran leadership presence. Because when you're down 2-0 in the first, it's still softball. You could be down 6-0 in the World Series, Game 1, and come back and still have a chance and get tagged out at home plate.
Yes.
And still have a chance. And Game 2, Game 3, and
You're going to make me find that clip again? Is that what you just made me do? I got work to do.
Please don't do it. Marty Anteby.
Amazing pickle how Marty covered that play. And Lewis with a nice low catch.
Swoop,
and then ran back to third. Such an opposite from how Threat Level Midnight handled the pickle, because Lewis and SmackDown were running you back to third. They were running you back to third. And then when the third baseman caught it, they were throwing it quickly. Like, they were giving you third, not giving you home. And the opposite is true for Threat Level. They were chasing you to home. They were chasing Parker home, and it allowed him to score on one bad throw. Okay, so yes. Also, the game, you mentioned the game that you were down and then came back but lost. Don't forget the Mo Cass home run. You guys were down 5-0 in that game.
Game
World
2,
Series.
yeah, we won 7-6 that game.
You won 7-6. One of the craziest comebacks in World Series history.
Right center, the Jimmy Bobble.
Yeah, the Jimmy Bobble. Unbelievable. Okay, so that's Hubba Bubba. I just think they were totally demoralized after blowing that game.
Yeah.
They were just demoralized. It was a quick 2 minutes in between games because it was raining, and they never regrouped. So they get swept. Mo Money has new life. They're 2-2. Los Caballos was playing these Tigers.
Beware of the jungle, whatever the saying is.
Oh my God. What is up with this team, the Tigers?
I think that's 6 guys batting over 500, right?
Yeah, and that includes Carlos. It includes Ike Bavora. forget a Batty and Jimmy and
Marty. Marty's a first-round pick next year. It's ridiculous.
Whenever you list their team, you forget one of their first-round picks. Like
Marty might be top 6 pick next year. It's crazy how good this kid is. It's just...
I really thought this year he was going to be a late first, early second-round pick, and then he has the thing where he's leaving
week 6.
But he drops like dramatically to the 5th round. It's like
because as he drops, his value gets even worse as the replacement. So that's why we were going to draft him, and then we thought, all right, you can draft him 40, but then you get someone's 50, and then that was the drop off, and it didn't make sense.
Right.
But then I don't know. The Tigers are still going to go probably 13-1 or 12-2 or something.
It's a crazy thing that we're witnessing. They have not trailed. They don't even start a game 0-0. They score immediately. The other team never ties them.
Yeah.
Although Los Caballos had them at 3-2 entering the 7th inning. They were down 3-2. They played well. Jeffrey is pitching okay. I got to give him credit. He's pitching good. He has a couple of more strikeouts. I mean, but it's just that lineup is relentless. It's too much.
It's crazy. You're facing the best player in the community, and it's not even close. Batty's on a different level of his own.
Yes.
He changed the league single-handedly. He's the reason why 95% of the people go and work out with Kevin
100%.
and Andrew. I didn't know what a hitting coach was. What the hell? I knew how to hit the left. I knew how to hit the right. And then I realized I have so many things wrong with my hitting, and it's just working out now. It's totally different what a Batty did to the league.
He definitely changed the league. Joe, are you done?
Nah. Gotta turn the fire. Freaking freezing.
And he's back. Joe Jr.'s back. Okay, I thought you were walking off because you're not the best player, but you're giving the
Batty is a different league of his own.
He's in a league of his own. He's unbelievable. He is missing this upcoming week when we get to the predictions in a minute. But even if you take a Batty off this team, which you will this upcoming week, there's so many studs on this team, but it's all going to come down to the playoffs. Is a Batty missing a playoff week? Who's Marty's replacement going to be? And then you see if this team could actually win the World Series. In the regular season, they're the best. So moving on, the last game was Yada 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 versus Toledo Mudhens. Yada 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 gave away another game. They gave away game 1. They were leading in the bottom of the 6th by a run. They let Maxi D tie it with 2 outs. He had a big base hit. And then Edmonds' walk-off, which almost took Dano's face off, basically.
Crazy. How's he feeling about that?
He's fine. He's fine. He threw up after he got hit in the head, which is always a bad sign.
I texted him. I knew that he was in the hospital. I felt terrible. One of the best captains, one of the best players to play for. Great guy. Phenomenal
captain. I mean, he moved himself from 3rd base to 2nd base this year because he drafted Sammy S's. And, I mean, when that ball went off his head, it made such a sound. It was really scary.
It's crazy.
You got to look at the video because everyone runs.
Ralph Hannon, that's a lot. Turned about face, didn't care that he just gave up a walk-off and just...
You took the words out of my mouth. Look at the difference between everyone else that looks for a second and then runs, and look at Ralph Hannon's instincts. The way he immediately runs to the guy that needs help. It's an amazing thing. All these Hatzalah volunteers, all these Hatzalah people, what they do. But you see how that's from years of training, because that's not a normal reaction to immediately, without anything, drop your glove and run and go help the guy.
Fight or flight,
it's crazy.
It's crazy. He just about face, didn't care that he gave up a walk-off.
No.
Now that his team is 0-3, just cared to see how he's doing, what he's got to do, assess the situation, and figure out if Dano's okay.
Now at 0-3, the H is okay. Now at 0-3, they're facing Maxi D, a chance to go 0-4, which is a disaster. Even though we have the Mickey Mouse baby, everyone make the playoffs, 6 teams out of 8 stupidity.
I hate that also.
It's horrible, but even so, 0-4 is a bad spot to be in. And, Ralph Hannon took over. He had 2 ribbies and he pitched a shutout. Only gave up, I think, 4 or 5 hits the whole game. And they win 3-0. They finished their game an hour and 40 minutes before you finished your game.
Stevie Shalhoub walked into our field. Looked like he was showered, comes in. He's like, what inning you guys? You're almost finished? We're like, what do you mean? We just started game 2. He's like, oh, we've been finished for 30 minutes.
It's crazy. I don't know what your game took so long for. But we have nice standings. We have a 4-0 team, a 3-1 team, that's you. 3 2-2s and 3 1-3s. So everyone's in play. Last year we had 2 0-4s. So it's going to be very interesting. And hopefully it stops raining.
Yeah.
You live just a throw away from tennis courts and baseball fields at Fireman's Field. I can't believe how close you are to these fields.
It's a life.
So on my way here, I looked at the fields, and right now, as of Thursday night, they look really, really dreadful. But here's what we're going to do. We have some predictions.
Nice.
We're going to attempt to play on Fireman's Field this week, and we have backup plans also. So the first game is Mo Money at 2-0, at 2-2. They just swept Hubba. Versus Slapping the Bass, you just saw them. That's an AB at 1-3. That game's going to be on Fireman's East, but if we can't play on Fireman's East, they're going to go to Racetrack 2. So I don't know if that's
Racetrack 2.
2.
Okay, so that one's going to be blowing out.
Yeah, that's your feel. So you feel that there's a difference there because Fireman's
difference.
East, the wind doesn't really blow out.
Yeah.
Interesting. So Mo Money versus Slapping the Bass. What do you think?
It's tough.
These are all tough, Jonesy.
Yeah.
It's not shagging flies in center field. This is tough stuff what we do here, all right?
I don't want to be banned from the show if I go 0-8 this week. So, but Slapping the Bass, I think they're actually a pretty good team. If Navy pitches the way that he pitched this past week against us, he could single-handedly win a game himself, and he's doing it at the plate. Ali is just phenomenal. I don't know. He's just ridiculous.
He's ageless, right?
He's ageless.
How do you look this week?
He got out once, twice. I don't know. He just hits the ball everywhere, wherever he wants.
Even
his foul balls are like, all right, if I was playing third base against an Ali Marshall line drive, I would wear 6 cups and 2 cups on my face.
Right.
It's scary. It's like you could legit move like from a line drive to I don't even know.
It is scary, by the way.
And that team's actually deep. Exalta is ridiculous. Hank, if he starts hitting, is... I know JT said it, he's a legit hitter. He can hit the ball to center field 450 feet. Mm-hmm. But Mo Money is on a real high right now. MC, John, Jordy, JT, all these headaches all together on one team. And
all these headaches.
I don't know. It's too much.
What do you think of MC hitting the triple and saying Joe G who?
I don't care. Good for him. It's just
you didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything. I don't know. JT said that you're the Zach of the outfield and you're way better than me. So
this league is really insane.
I don't think I care. Like it's.
But you know what?
And that's it.
Good for Mo Haber. He got that team going against you, I guess, and definitely going against me. And they figured out how to harness their headaches together and find enemies. A smaller one in you, a bigger one in me, and the biggest one in Jigga. They found how to channel it.
Yeah.
So who are you picking in this game?
I don't know. I see a split. I can't pick a sweep here. It's very tough to pick a sweep. I'm very curious to hear what you're gonna say.
I am struggling with this game
mightily.
Mo Money is on a high, and you can't discount that. Their top 4 of their lineup, actually their top 6 is as good as anybody. You have any order that you want to do it. They've been doing MC, then Jordy, then John, who always battles Nate B very well.
Yep.
He always has good at-bats against Nate B, one of the best in the league against him.
They have that gas from the Walker's
SmackDown.
series,
It's going on since then. It's still going on.
Last year on Get Back also, they had a little gas going on week 2 we played them.
Yeah. And then they still have JT. They have Mo Cass, Ruby Shalou. I mean, they have a really good lineup. Nate B, I think, will be up for the task this week because Nate B's lineup is better than I thought it was. I didn't think it was that good, but it is.
They are. Charles Saka is legit, guys.
Charles Saka is a legit hitter.
He's legit, guys. Step back. I don't know what to tell you. Step the freak back. Charles Saka is legit. Hits all fields these days. I'm
gonna keep the rivalry going, and I'm gonna give Nate B a sweep in this game. Yeah. Mo Money only beat a shorthanded team.
I like it.
You know what? It sort of evens out. When they were shorthanded, they lost. When they played a shorthanded team, they won.
Boom. So they're at 500. They have that 0-0, guys.
They're back to 0-0, 2 games before Passover. I think they're going to lose them both, but let's see. I've been wrong before.
That would be wild. If they lose them both, does Mo Haber go to the trade?
Could be. Trade deadline after week 3, so we'll see what he does. Toledo Mud Hens, Maxi Deed
That's my game.
versus Get Back. That's your game. You want to do yours now or later?
Do that last.
We'll do it
Why
last.
not? Yeah.
Okay. Memorial 1, Los Caballos, that's Farka,
Okay.
versus Hubba Bubba, that's Zach. Zach versus Farka, the swimming reunion.
Is Zach playing this week?
Zach is playing. Zach
Okay.
is here.
So I think that's foreshadow.
That is Eddie Harari on the mound for Hubba Bubba, Jeffrey Saka for Los Caballos.
That basically means he's not going to.
Zach is not going to Maccabee.
Okay, so that's official now.
Yes.
Okay.
The bigger concern was the honeymoon this week. I think he went during the week and he's back. And
Yeah.
who
I
knows?
don't know.
What are you thinking?
Yeah. Zach's got to play. If Zach plays.
Zach's playing.
All right, Zach's playing. Okay,
Yes.
so then you can pick this game legit.
Yeah, pick it.
So Los Caballos, they have Farka. Farka's Farka. There's nothing more you can say about him. And they have Braha Lee. Lee's ridiculous, best second baseman in the league. And Jeffrey's pitching really well, but I don't think the lineup is so strong. I think it gets very weak after like 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
And Eddie Harari is just, I feel like he can mow them down. And Farkas says it himself. He doesn't hit Eddie Harari well, except for that bomb that he hit against us. But I think he went like 2 for 11 on that day. He even had a strikeout, big strikeout. He had a couple other chances. But going off on the tangent, but I think Hobo is going to come back with a sweep. They're going to rally around Z. He's going to. Abe Haber actually played with a cracked bat this past week, so that 0 for 7, scratch that off. He's going to come back with a bang this week, probably going to get 4 or 5 hits this week against his favorite pitcher to hit against, Jeffrey Saka.
Really?
Yep. That beef there. So I'm calling a Hubba Bubba sweep.
I agree with you. I'm going with Hubba Bubba to sweep. Not because I don't like Los Caballos' lineup, but because I don't love their defense. David Harari at first, he was triple clutching a ball when he had to play at the plate this week. I was worried about him at first base all year. DR at third, I believe, is holding his own, but I don't trust it in
It's
a big
week to
spot.
week, not a season thing. Yeah.
Exactly. Fonz at catcher, he made a great play, but I don't trust him at home plate. He missed a high pop this week. My favorite guy in the league.
On Marty, that was bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
You can't give Marty Anthony a second chance at it.
Escrow said it last year. You're giving someone like that caliber, that tier,
You can't.
like 2 extra at bats. It's ridiculous. That guy counts as 2 outs because it's whatever. Yeah, go ahead.
Bright spots for them is Z's brother, Joe Ashkenazi. He's a legitimate hitter.
Mm-hmm.
This kid hits the ball. Forget his average. He hits every ball on a line.
In his
It's
blood.
great. I think Hubba Bubba, they made mistakes to give away the game this week, but they could convince themselves that they were without Zach and they were expected to lose and they're still 2-2. They could sketch themselves that way that they're never going to lose when they're full strength. And I think it's a good matchup for them.
Is that game of the week?
That is Memorial 1. So El Dongo, who hasn't showed up for Game of the Week yet, someone's got to wake him up and let him know the season started.
Oh yeah.
He should be there.
I think he's waiting for the weather to get nice.
I guess
sunny.
he's waiting for good weather, but the league is not waiting. The league is proceeding.
We need Don going to YMSL 3. Come on.
Okay, Fireman's West. Oh, I guess this is Game of the Week because we are playing on Fireman's. Fireman's West, and if they don't play, they're not being moved to the racetrack because we don't have 2 racetracks this week.
Oh my God.
If they don't play, they're moving to Meadowbrook. Welcome back to the Bobby Marabia era. You probably don't even know where Meadowbrook is.
I don't know what Meadowbrook is.
Meadowbrook is you go to the Wawa on 36 and you make a right. Don't worry, we'll get you there if we're playing there.
I don't know.
But they're probably playing on Fireman's West. It's the Tigers at 4-0 without a baddie against yada, yada, yada. Ralph Hannon, Dano, and company.
Without Jack about it.
Without Jacobatti there.
Tough. I don't know. I'm getting 07 Pats vibes from this Tigers team.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I texted that to you earlier today.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just the vibe I'm getting. Never trailed in a game. Always had a lead. 6 guys batting over 500. Having a baddie, Marty, Eshko, Jimmy. Their stats: 3 out of the top 4 lead in OPS. I think on their team. It's crazy.
Yeah.
6 out of the top 8 lead in I don't even know, whatever. It's just crazy. I don't know. Beware of the jungle. That's
Beware
all I
of the
gotta
jungle.
say.
Beware of the jungle.
Yada, yada, yada. You're a very good team. You have a crazy lineup. I think you have one of the best lineups in the league. Very deep. Defense, not so much. Ralph Hannon's still a dog. But Tigers, sweep. I don't know. You just can't bet against them, even without about it.
You mentioned that Haber likes to face Jeffrey Saka. Jack Abadie likes to face Ralph Hannon, and he's not there for this week.
Jack Abadie likes to face everyone.
Yeah, I know, but on cold-blooded, he hit 2 home runs in a game against him. Last year, I think he also hit another bomb against him.
I think against Leo, he probably hits him the best. He went 20 for 24 against him in the World
That's
Series.
true, too. That's true,
that's
too.
unheard of.
So he's
I
not
can't do
facing
that if
either
I'm
of
sure.
them.
Yeah.
This year, he's not facing either of them because he's not there this week.
He could
Yada,
do it.
yada, yada impressed me against you guys when they had Jake Yogi and they only lost 10-9.
He's a legit hitter also. I'm very impressed.
This past week, they could have swept. They gave away game 1. They took game 2 in 3-0 fashion. Ralph Hannon, I think, is up for the task. He is very fast. I saw that race against a very fast kid half his age. I think yada, yada, yada is going to take a game. I really do.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I really think they're the team that could take a game against an Abadie-less Tigers. And let's face it, the Tigers know they're in the playoffs. Can they keep the intensity all season long? Maybe while they're undefeated, they can. But I think at some point it's softball. You could put up a 6th spot on anybody and steal a game.
Sometimes you peak too early. I don't know.
And the Pats, if that's foreshadowing, he's saying they're going to cruise through until they.
I think that's just my prediction. I don't care what you guys think. That's just my prediction. I think they're going to cruise. I really think they're probably going to win 12 or 13 games this year. Unheard of. It just.
Well, don't forget swimming did go 12-2.
12-2. Yep.
12-2, and
Yes.
They barely beat anyone by more than a run or two.
They went.
They were 12-1, and they lost their last game.
17-4.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah,
they were really great.
that's an all-time team right there.
Okay, Toledo Mudhens, Maxie Deed. This is on Memorial 2, so you're in the far Memorial. Toledo Mudhens against Get Back. That's your team.
Yes.
Maxie Deed versus
Maxie.
A.B. Saka.
Love their team. Love a lot of guys on their team. Edmund DeWeck, one of the nicest guys in the league. Had the pleasure of playing with him last year. Maxie's one of my boys. Henry won a World Series with him. ABJ, one of the best center fielders in the community. Just love the team. Oshama. They have a bunch of guys on this team. I love the team. I'm not going to do any predictions. I'm not going to give you any bulletin board material. I don't care. NRJ, what do you think?
I'm going with Toledo for their 3rd straight split. They're going to split again because I think these are 2 good teams, but Toledo doesn't score. They scored 5 runs in 2 games last week.
Average 3.5 runs a game.
They're not scoring enough runs, so you're putting the onus on your Deed. If you could hit a 2-run bomb off him, you probably win the game. You know, like it's the margin of error is not there.
I see something to hit this week.
I really feel they need to make a trade to bolster their offense. They need to trade some of their infield defense for offense just to help them out. Maxie Deed is having a great year offensively, though. Once again, he's becoming a real hitter. As is Nate B, our 2 stud pitchers.
Nate B always hit in Brooklyn. He was always like a 500 hitter in Brooklyn.
I can't believe it because when he came here, he didn't even bat. And these 2 guys both hit. This is a classic split, I'm thinking, where Maxie Deed over Powers Get Back one game, and in the other game, you just score too many runs for him. I am somewhat concerned with your team. I thought it's been sloppy, but it's too early to judge right now because the weather's been dreadful, and you guys have been winning. You won 3 out of 4 games, so what can I say?
Yeah, that's why I think it's like there's like a bright side to it because we haven't been playing good softball. We've all the guys that we drafted that are supposed to be locked down defensively haven't been locked down defensively. We've been giving up free runs. Yeah, AB Sack has been hit like really. He's been getting rocked a little. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna put a cherry on anything, but yeah, he's been getting rocked all season. Also a little. Everyone's gonna wake up. This team is still 3-1. You said our team, not you didn't say it, but our team. Someone said our team was a little weak with our lineup, but I don't know. We still put up like the 2nd most runs in the league against Nate B.
Yeah, listen, you're finding a way to win each game. You won 3 out of 4. You're in 2nd place right now. Okay, I mean, we'll see what happens on Sunday. Hopefully the fields are good and playable at the gallons of rain falling on every spot of the field. Hopefully the rain stops and we have decent weather. And we go into the break with 6 games played. That would be a beautiful thing. Joe G, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for inviting me to your beautiful home.
Thank you.
And I think he
pleasure.
behaved himself, right? He didn't say anything too bad, did he? No.
You didn't set me up to say anything crazy.
Approval from the wife. I gave you a chance to respond to Mo Money.
That's
that.
because it's stupid. I'm not going to respond to MC because the kid's amazing. What am I going to say? That he stinks? No, he's one of the best center fielders in the community. Right. He has won MVPs in the night league. But like, all right, you're gonna. I've been.
Who are you looking at off camera?
I've been in the league for 4 years. I have 2 championships, and I lost in the league championship twice. So, if you're gonna talk about this league, you can't compare to what I've done in this league to what you've done in this league, or whatever.
Right.
It's just what I'm saying, or what everyone else is saying.
Yeah. Okay, no, I think that's fine. I mean, you've gotten your team to the brink of the World Series or the World Championship many times in a row. So there you go, Joseph Greenberg. Thank you, Joe, and we'll see everybody on Sunday morning.